Welcome, hockey fans from foreign lands, from Costa Rica to Newfoundland. This is Hockey Day in Costa Rica. We are here at Castillo Country Club in San Jose, Costa Rica, at the only ice rink in Central America, for the third place game in the 6th International Ice Hockey Tournament here at Castillo Country Club. I'm Eric Hammerstrom. I'll be with you as your announcer throughout this game. This is exciting. Today we have Castillo, the home team, in the green, and we have a team from Detroit. The Duster line, they call themselves TDL Black. They have two teams. The TDL White team did not make it to the third place game or the finals, but the TDL Black team fought hard, and it was all goal differential was how they decided who would be in the third place game and the championship game later tonight. I'm going to turn this image off, and we're going to get to work. You'll notice that this is a very small sheet of ice, a very small rink. It's the only sheet of ice in Costa Rica, and it was originally built for figure skating. It had just very short wooden boards, and it was not suitable for hockey. And about 9 years ago, people decided that there should be hockey in Costa Rica. There was roller hockey only, no ice hockey. And so boards were purchased. The ice was expanded, and they're able to play basically with the equivalent of two offensive zones, one right on top of the other. So literally from red line to red line is basically two offensive zones, which makes the game super fast. There are blue lines added to the ice, so the blue line is for offsides as you enter the offensive zone only. It keeps people from hanging out down by the goal. But once you enter the offensive zone, then the red line becomes the offensive blue line, so you have more room to work with in the offensive zone. You'll notice, see how the puck came across the blue line there. And they can continue play. I'm going to try to keep shots for you today. There's been a lot of shots, but they've missed the net. It's one thing to note, there's a lot of traffic on this little tiny sheet of ice. There's just a lot of traffic happening, and so a lot of shots will miss the net in an attempt to avoid the traffic. When that happens, there are often stoppages of play because there's no glass above the boards anywhere in the arena. I was talking with some folks who are originally from Edmonton. They're here watching their grandkids. Two of the grandkids of those folks from Edmonton are on this Castillo team. One is the second goaltender. And then one of them is their other grandson is a forward. But it was a nice conversation. They said that the kids have been skating here at this rink since the grandkids have since they were little, and they learned to skate just like any good Canadian would. And you can tell that some of these folks are really strong skaters. It's a tough transition, I was told, by my sidekick Eduardo Ramirez. Oh, and we get a goal for the Duster line. Duster line gets the first two opportunities, good scoring chances here. And there was one shot rebound, went into the corner, and then passed right out into the front of the net quickly. And It's 1-0 Detroit over this Castillo team. I know the Detroit team is concerned that, oh my goodness, and another. The Detroit team is concerned with how they'll play, given that they're at altitude and they played 2 games yesterday. Actually, one of the guys on the Duster line filled in with the other Detroit team and played 4 games yesterday. And so here he is. He's number 98 right here. And he's a good player and in much better shape, I think, than most of the others. These are adult players mixed in with kids here, younger players. For instance, the Costa Rican young goaltender is 15. There's a 16-year-old for the Costa Rica team who scored a goal yesterday. This Castillo team, sorry, not Costa Rica. There was a team, the Costa Rica Unicorns, San Jose. Oh, and we get our first goal for Castillo. They're going to keep it close. I think that's their second legitimate shot on net there. And it's exciting to see. It's going to be a game. As I said, Castillo plays here. It's the only rink in Central America, so of course they play here. So they are used to the altitude. Oh, big rebound. JJ Velez puts that one in. JJ Velez he's quite a character and has quite a hockey history. He actually is the president of Ice Hockey in Harlem. It's a nonprofit organization in Spanish Harlem that brings hockey to kids who would never have a chance to play the game, given economic circumstances in Spanish Harlem. He lives in Detroit and works for the Gilbert Foundation. If you're familiar with the Gilbert Foundation, Dan Gilbert, founder of the Gilbert Foundation, has done so much to bring Detroit back to life. And someone who's helped him all along that road, well, at least for the past several years, has been JJ Velez. JJ just recently oversaw the setup of the big Christmas tree in Campus Martius downtown, and he's got a hand in putting all the Christmas markets together downtown, and so people of Detroit can thank JJ for a lot of the fun. A lot of the events that happen in downtown Detroit brought to life by the Gilbert Foundation. JJ himself grew up in Spanish Harlem. We've got, there's only 2 referees, really, in Costa Rica. A couple of the other players in the tournament have worked to give them a rest. JJ with a nice shot from the far blue line. And one of the players on the Lexington, Kentucky team, which that team will be playing later today in the finals, did a little refereeing clinic with these gentlemen yesterday. They were working on how to manage a face-off, how to drop the puck and get it to land squarely on the ice. Some of those skills that just don't come intuitively. And it's been pretty impressive. These same 2 referees have been on the ice for every game this weekend. This is their 10th game. And I don't think we take that into account when we see a tournament and we see officials and people are yelling at them and being critical is that, you know, sometimes in a tournament they're doing way more work than any other players. But you can't have hockey without referees, so hopefully they'll be able to develop a referee corps. Oh, and that puck is put in by J.J. Velez again on the rebound. I'm a little surprised here. Looks like we've got 6 shots on goal and 4 goals for the TDL Duster line from Detroit. And so we get a goalie change here. This is the 15-year-old with the grandparents from Edmonton. And welcome to the game. Holy cow. I realize I forgot to start the clock, which means I'm gonna take a moment here to get my clock started. And of course, in the meantime, I missed a goal. I missed a goal there while I was adjusting the clock. Castillo now with 2. It's is it 4-2 or 5-2? 4-2 or 5? They've got 4-2 on the clock across from me. It is their home rink. Well, I'm gonna take one off for Detroit. We'll see if they adjust anything. You see the referees are learning about positioning too. They were being taught yesterday about how typically one referee is down low on the goal line to see if the puck crosses the goal or not, and the other hangs at the offensive blue line, which on this rink would be the red line. And we have a second goalie change. The starter is back in now. Just made a nice save there. One thing I want to point out about this rink, this tiny little rink, is that there is no refuge for the goaltender. There's no rest. This is a tiny little rink. It's a 3-on-3 game. It's basically, for the goaltender, it's like being in a shooting drill the entire game. Thought I heard a whistle there, but I guess not. And there's number 98 for Detroit. He's got some moves. J.J. Velez with the puck. He's been playing defense mostly. Hops up into the play when he gets a chance. Like there on the back door. Sneaky. JJ played at Indian Mountain School. He was able to get a scholarship to Indian Mountain School. Grew up in Spanish Harlem, and then had a chance to play some college hockey. He gives back quite a bit to the hockey community in Spanish Harlem that gave him his start, and he credits ice hockey in Harlem with really kind of saving him from the streets. What Ice Hockey in Harlem does, it's a program run by Malik Garvin, and they have homework sessions after school, and they have mentor programs for the kids who are involved and decide they want to play hockey. The way they earn their equipment and the way they earn ice time once a week is that they have to come to every study session and they have to keep their grades up. And so JJ says that helped make him who he is. Oh, nice shot by Castillo. Good scoring chance. Another. Incidentally, actually, it was an Ice Hockey in Harlem event in Detroit that JJ helped put together, where Ice Hockey in Harlem played with the kids in Clark Park, which is in southwest Detroit, what's known in Detroit as Mexican Town, interestingly. It's an outdoor rink there, and has been for more than 100 years. Ooh, another nice shot by Castillo. 20 players and chaperones, coaches. Bust from Detroit in the middle of the Martin Luther King snowstorm last year, and spent the weekend in Detroit playing with the kids in Clark Park. And this year, on MLK weekend, they will be going to Buffalo. Kids from ice hockey in Harlem will be heading to Buffalo, and the kids from Clark Park will meet them there, and they're going to have a weekend of hockey in Buffalo. That should be really fun and exciting. I plan to be there. And I'll be there as part of the Urban Hockey Foundation. The Urban Hockey Foundation is part of this tournament. Another nice shot on goal there. Good chance by JJ. The Urban Hockey Foundation works to bring equipment and resources to people who are trying to start hockey programs in North America and in far off lands, including places like Bangladesh and Kenya. Oh my goodness. A nice goal there off the back of the leg of the goaltender for Castillo, and this is going to make this game interesting. And it's Castillo's evened up the shot tally. It's 9-9, and it's 4-3. So Urban Hockey Foundation is here for this tournament. There are, as you see on the far end behind the Detroit TDL goaltender, there you see 7 flags plus the Costa Rican flag. So there are actually players from 8 different countries here. The blue and white checked flag you'll see is Bavaria. So we have one player from Germany, and the flag of Bavaria, that blue and white checked flag. Who's the one I couldn't figure out? There are players on this Castillo team and on the other Costa Rica team, the Unicorns, the Costa Rica Unicorns, who started playing hockey in Canada when they were kids, before coming to Costa Rica. And so they bring some hockey knowledge and share it with the Costa Ricans who have started playing here. The coach at the youth program is originally from Canada, and so he's been instrumental in helping get the game off the ground here. Castillo has just caught up to and passed Detroit in number of shots on goal, and I think that this is where we see, if you take a peek at that Castillo bench, there's a lot more players on that Castillo bench than on the Detroit bench. And I think as the game goes on, we're going to see the altitude and yesterday's 2 to 4 games for these Detroit players is going to catch up to them. Puck held in on the far side by Detroit. Doing a really nice job rotating their forecheck here. This unit from Detroit play very well together. And you can see we have men and women involved in the tournament. Several ladies are playing, and we will have in the youth events later today, boys and girls, I believe. The local youth program is growing, and that's why we're here. The Urban Hockey Foundation has encouraged every team, every foreign player who is joining in the fun here to bring equipment to donate to the youth program, and so they'll be making those donations today. This is a good game. You know, at first, gosh, Detroit jumped out to that big early lead, and I thought, oh no. Ooh, close one there. That's Jorge. Jorge Jimenez, actually. He is from, he's got an interesting story too. He is from Cuernavaca, Mexico, where they have resurrected an ice rink that was dead just a few years back. It had been a long time ice rink outside of Mexico City, and it went out of operation, and Jorge has led a group that brought that rink in Cuernavaca back to existence. Shots tied up at 11 now, and actually several American teams, including the Lexington team that is here and we'll be playing in the finals, are going to be heading to Cuernavaca on Martin Luther King weekend for some friendly competition. Oh, and a nice opportunity. Open ice kind of breakaway there at the last minute. And it right at the buzzer. That ends the first half of the game, 5-3. Our shots on goal, 12-11. I'm Eric Hammerstrom, and I'm here for years. For 30 years, I was a school teacher, and one of the things I taught was video production and broadcasting. And for 1 hour of my day, the rest of my day, I taught language and composition and English classes. And so when I really joined efforts of the Urban Hockey Foundation this summertime, and they invited me to come, and they wanted me to play here. and I said, no, I don't think I'm going to play. But I'll bring my video equipment. So I brought my video equipment. I played for a long time, probably too long. I was a goaltender, and as you're watching here, it's hard work goaltending, and my hips and my lower back and my neck are rode hard and put away wet. Let's put it that way. And so this is what I do now to be part of the game and allow all of you folks back home to be part of the game too. I work with two different hockey nonprofits. So there's the Urban Hockey Foundation, of course, which I've joined in August. But I also work with the Carnegie Initiative. The Carnegie Initiative is a two-nation nonprofit. We have a board of directors in Canada and a board of directors in the United States. Big names. Ron McLean, the host of Hockey Night in Canada, is on our Canadian board of directors, as is Brian Burke, who is just a legend, especially in American hockey, a member of the United States Hockey Hall of Fame. And see, Sarah Nurse is on our Canadian board of directors. If you watch the PWHL, Sarah is a star. She's a rock star. And she's on our Canadian board of directors, along with Grant Fuhrer of the Edmonton Oilers. Let's see. I could go on and on. Angela James is on our Canadian board of directors, and she is considered the Wayne Gretzky of women's hockey. I better reset this clock here. Let's see. Resetting the clock, and we are in period number 2. We play 2 halves here. And so that the Carnegie Initiative has been very busy on the Canadian side of things. We've had for the last 2 years a summit on social justice in hockey, talking about how to make hockey more inclusive and accepting for others, how to invite people to the game and make them feel welcome. And it's just a beautiful compliment to what the Urban Hockey Foundation does, because what the Carnegie Initiative works to do is to make people feel welcome and invite them to the game, to be part of it. And then the Urban Hockey Foundation brings equipment to people who want to be a part of the hockey community. And so this is what I do in retirement now. I'm trying to grow the game of hockey, which blows my mind. I played for years and years and years, and I was one of those burned out high school coaches, and took a leave from the game, and the game has asked me to come back after 20 years, and I'm having more fun than ever. Live streaming all day is not easy. Yesterday was a tiring day, but it certainly is not as hard on your body as playing goal. I'll tell you that. This is actually a really tough rink to shoot video in. One of my options was to set up on the end of the ice, behind the nets in the bleachers where the fans are, but then you would always see the offensive team through a cloud of defensive players, and you wouldn't really get to see the shot on the net as clearly. And so I decided to set up near center ice. And what the problem is that near center ice, the referee needs to establish himself along the boards. And when he does that, sometimes he blocks the cameras. I have two cameras, which is nice. One camera, as you see, is on one end of the ice, and then I switch to the other camera, which is generally on the other end of the ice. Well, and, a lot of the time there's a shot, and I know the goalie didn't save it, and I think it goes in, and it doesn't. What happens, it hits that net behind, goes up over the boards and hits the netting that's protecting the crowd. And we got an offside call. Little controversy there from the Castillo team. But there are a lot of stoppages in play because the puck goes up into that net and they blow the whistle on it. And I see my clock is not reset. We'll take care of that on the next stoppage of play. It is a second period. There's 16:12 left. Excuse my score bug. Another shot for Castillo. And there's what I'm talking about with the puck going up into the net. Oh no, I reset the score. Oh, and that's going to be painful. I bumped the wrong button. As I was trying to reset the clock, I reset the score. Okay, so we've got 5-3. I think we had 13 shots apiece. We'll be able to reconstruct this. It's 3 for Castillo. 5. 6, sorry, for TDL Black. TDL Black has 14 shots. Castillo has 13 shots. We're going to reset the clock here. Then we'll counter down. $14.49 remaining in the contest. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Velez break on in, and a nice save by the goaltender. This is the young goaltender, the 15-year-old, whose grandparents are from Edmonton. Probably an Oilers fan, I would imagine. Let's see how the referee has to establish himself there. I can switch to this other camera when that happens. Both of the cameras are joystick controlled, which makes it really kind of a fun thing. It's almost like playing a video game in the middle of a hockey game. Which gives me an idea for a video game. My sidekick, my color commentator for most of the tournament, is actually on the ice right now. Oh, there we go. Jean-Philippe scores for Castillo. Nice play by Jean-Philippe. Jean-Philippe has his last name on his jersey. He is originally from Montreal. Oh, sorry, his first name on his jersey. He's originally from Montreal. I'm not sure what his last name is, but he said he put his first name on the jersey because all his teammates were putting their first names on the jersey, and said that here in Costa Rica, the people who put names on jerseys misspelled his name. So if you see the back of his jersey, and if you're from Canada, you'll probably pick up on that. And so you know, this is really an international event, and it's building hockey from the grassroots up. I hope my commentary is okay. I'm really not doing any play-by-play because I don't know their names. I don't have rosters. I know who a few of the players are. But I hope you know who they are at home. Six to 4. 11:50 or so left. Good chance here for Castillo. There we go. Sente, number 11 for Castillo. Makes it 6 to 5. And the shots on goal are even at 15 now. 11, just over 11 minutes remaining in the contest. There's they play two halves here, so it's a second period, but what that means is second half, honestly. Jean-Philippe is out there hustling. He got that goal. He got a smell of success, and he's out for more. Crashing the slot there. Good opportunity for Castillo, and the puck goes up over the net. Nice defensive play, and hits the netting of what the webbing behind the boards. Not a shot on goal, but a great scoring opportunity for Castillo. Since he is a goal scorer, or one of the last goal scorers, he's a dangerous player for this Castillo team, number 5. Sometimes my cameras float off on me, as just happened. Let me get set up here. Oh, good scoring chance and a nice save by Detroit's goaltender, who's playing a really strong game today. He had a hard day yesterday. Really was worried. Had some leg issues. Not sure what's happening with one of my cameras here. It just pops up straight up into the air at times. I'm not sure what it does. I know when it resets itself, it does. I don't know. Maybe there's a power short in the cables. JJ Velez with the puck. For Detroit. There is no icing, by the way, on this small little sheet of ice. And the reason that there's no icing is that if you dump it from one end to the other, you're basically dumping it literally from your end to what would be the red line on a normal rink. It's just, for all intents and purposes, you're clearing the zone. And there's really no way to clear the zone here without icing the puck. Almost. Another good opportunity, and the puck rebounded off the backboards right onto the stick of Jean-Philippe, and Jean-Philippe gets another goal, tying it up here with 7:44 remaining. No chance for the goaltender on that one. Puck was shot wide on the left-hand side of the Detroit goal. It hit the boards behind the net. It's a small sheet of ice. Those boards are right behind the goal, and it was bing, bang, boom, tic-tac-toe for Jean-Philippe off of the rebound off those boards. Really nice play. And that ties us at 6. This is a much better game than, well, I knew it was going to be a good game. I knew it was going to be a good game, but a much better game than I imagined after the first few minutes. Detroit took a commanding lead early on, and Castillo has battled back. One thing, Castillo's bench is deeper with extra players so that they can stay fresher. And we're at altitude, which Detroit players are not used to. Basically, if you go from sea level and add Niagara Falls, that gets you pretty much Niagara Falls and a couple of different locks along the way. Get you the elevation above sea level for Detroit. Speaking of sea level in Detroit, today is the anniversary of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. We want to... Nice save by the goaltender, number 98 for Detroit. Goes flying. This is a 15-year-old goaltender. That was a gutsy play. Again, he's the grandson of some folks from Edmonton who are here in the stands watching. Breakaway for Castillo. Oh, good back checking by number 98. Made him take a shot from the outside. Most Americans and Canadians know the Gordon Lightfoot tune, Edmund Fitzgerald. Oh, and JJ Velez picking the upper corner for Detroit. Gives them a lead 7-6. Yeah, the Edmund Fitzgerald was an iron ore freighter. And in 75, I believe it was, 1975. I'm trying to remember. I remember the storm that brought the Edmund Fitzgerald to the bottom of Lake Superior. I grew up on the shores of Lake Superior and still live there. And the Edmund Fitzgerald went down with all 29 hands, took all 29 hands with it to the bottom of Lake Superior. And Gordon Lightfoot, great Canadian singer, songwriter. Immortalized the Edmund Fitzgerald in his song The Record of Edmund Fitzgerald. And that's today. In Canadian and American law. Castillo putting up a fight here. Just offside, they have to tag up, and they do. Shot on goal from all the way, almost all the way down the length of the rink, and that's where you get a really good example of how difficult it is to be a goaltender here. Like, there's danger no matter where the puck is. And is that being called a goal or waved off? One referee is saying goal and one referee is waving it off. I think they're going to have to talk about it. Nope. They've waved it off. It is not a goal. No goal. Saying that was a bit of confusion there. The Castillo players were pretty excited. They thought they tied it up. And we're getting a little chatter for the referee on that one. Guess they're used to the comforts of home. Here comes 98 for Detroit again. He played all over with travel and AAA teams in the Detroit area as a kid. Oh, that puck almost squeaked through the knees and into the net on our young Castillo goaltender. .213 left in the second half. It's 7-6. TDL Black holding on for dear life here against a much fresher Castillo team. You know, and like, I'm sure the Castillo team went home last night, was able to sleep in their own beds. And it's a lot fresher than Duster Line TDL team from Detroit that went to the casino until 3. I'm just saying. Castillo, a minute and 18 basically left. My clock's a little bit off, but a minute 18. They're down by 1. They are. Wonder if they're going to pull a goaltender. Eduardo said he'd never seen a goaltender pulled before. One of yesterday's games, and we'll see if they pull a goaltender here. Lim from Erickson, a little drop pass for TDL Detroit. And that's probably gonna secure the game for this Detroit squad. You never know, because this is a shooting gallery, this little rink. If Castillo can get the control of the puck like they did right here, then it looks like they're not pulling a goaltender. The puck right in front of the net, and JJ Velez pulls it to the side and clears the zone. Rebound. A nice save by the young goaltender for Castillo. There are 4 goaltenders in the entire country, just so you guys know, in Costa Rica. Costa Rica has 4 goaltenders in the entire country. which is slightly larger than the number of referees. But one of the goaltenders who plays for San Jose, the Unicorns, is a 70-year-old, and they call him El Abuelo, the grandpa. I was totally impressed with his play. That is the end of the game. Our final score. TDL, Black, Detroit, 8. Costa Rica, the Castillo squad, 6. The board across the way says 5. I'm counting 6. And I think they thought they had 7. But this is all about fun, and it's all about growing the game. We'll get we're gathering here for team photos. Everyone will gather together. And then they'll all see each other in the stands probably when they watch the finals. The finals will be between Lexington, Kentucky, and a Los Angeles team from the United States. The Lexington team is the defending champions at this tournament. But the LA team has some solid players. They play hard. They do it like they mean it. And the LA team has 6 skaters and a goaltender. And those guys are tough. And you see, really, it's one big team. It's the team of hockey. And the referees are part of that team. Here at the Castillo Country Club, we're at the top of the mountain in San Jose, Costa Rica. At the Castillo Country Club, where, gosh, this place is really something. They have the sheet of ice here right behind it. There's a beautiful concession area. I had a wonderful empanada, pollo. And then the other day, and then there are about 4 bars and restaurants in this building. At one of them at 7 o'clock tonight, we'll have a banquet for all the people who played in the tournament. There goes Jorge Jimenez. Jorge is from Cuernavaca, Mexico, near Mexico City, and he is instrumental in growing the game of hockey in Mexico. There will be a group.
Hey, my grandma really likes your work.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And what's your name?
Jake Panic.
Pardon?
Jake Panic.
Jake Panic, folks. I'm right here with Jake Panic. Jake, come here for a second. All right. Okay, hold on. Let me get the camera on you. Jake came over to thank me for live stream and said his grandma really has enjoyed the live streams, and I want to get an interview here. Jake, will you tell me how you came to play the game?
I started like 2 years ago being a goalie, and yeah, just being in the tournament fuels the hard training, eh? Because also, yeah, competing for my spot too. Yeah, it was a really big pleasure, eh?
Oh, it's wonderful, and so you grew up here,
yeah,
in Costa Rica, but you can hear the Canadian in him.
Yeah.
You got the
yeah, my mom is Costa Rican, and my dad is from Edmonton, Alberta, 100% Canadian, eh?
Fantastic. You play really well. You're 15 years old?
Yeah, 15.
Great.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Jake.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's what it's all about here. Jake Panic, one of 4 goaltenders in the entire country of Costa Rica. He's 15 years old. Look for something out of him. The dream, I guess, the goal of every hockey player, all 50 of them in this country, is to someday see the IIHF recognize Costa Rica, to have a rink that's big enough for full legal games, to have a rink that's a proper IIHF surface and be recognized by the IIHF. There's also growth of the game in Ecuador. One of the players here with the Duster line is from Ecuador, and they're playing there. Let's see, there are 2 sheets of ice at least in Mexico, near Mexico City. The one in Cuernavaca, and then there's another where the Vegas Knights have had tri-hockey events. And so there's interest by teams in the NHL and the IIHF to grow the game here. I know the IIHF is they've had a job posting out there for Director of Development for Central and Latin America. Now I'm going to show you, just so you guys can see, I'm going to show you the Zamboni here. Is a John Deere. Here it comes. A John Deere. Just like our lawnmower back home. No, we have a Husqvarna, but yeah, it's basically a little tractor, and with the Zamboni box on the back. It is a Zamboni though. And they do the ice, and they are very particular about this. This sheet of ice has seen, actually this is a 10th game of the weekend, and it takes, they have an hour between games. They do the ice, and then for most of that time, they wait for the ice to set up again. And it takes about an hour for the ice for the Zamboni to do the job and have the ice set. And there's, as the day went on yesterday, it got a little watery. There were some puddles out there. But it's pretty amazing, to think we are in Central America. This is the only rink. And what a blessing it is that they have this rink. And hopefully their dreams can come true. And continue to grow this game. That's why we're here with the Urban Hockey Foundation. We've brought equipment to leave behind at the end of the tournament for the kids. We're in 1 hour. Actually, let's see. Let's check the schedule here. I'm gonna call up the schedule for you. Yep. At 1 p.m. Sorry, at 1 p.m. in about an hour, we'll have a kids skills competition. With the youth program here, and then there's going to be a kids game at 3, so they'll do a skills competition. I'll bring that to you. I'll bring you the kids game so you guys can see what's happening here with some kids in Costa Rica learning to play the game. Then there will be the finals. The final at 5 p.m. Central time is going to be between Lexington, Kentucky, and Los Angeles team from the United States. They're actually wearing Team USA jerseys, so from Miracle on Ice. So anyway, I'm Eric Hammerstrom. I hope you've been enjoying this. Feel free to throw any comments that you have under the video for me, and thanks for joining us for hockey today. Gonna sign off for now.